So it's 20th of May, 2019. We're in British Columbia, and we had a fairly cloudy day today. No rain. What we're going to talk about today is sort of makes me really wonder. It's not something that just happens in this town or whatever. Well, it happens in this town, but it happens all across Canada and all across the United States and most likely all across Europe. In this town, 50,000 or so people, there's at least 15 churches and maybe more. Now, they all call themselves Christian, which I did. I went to Lutheran church, belonged to the Lutheran church for 60 years, I guess, but I had gone for the last 25. But the thing is, they sure go to church on Sunday, first day of the week. All you got to do is look at the calendars. First day of the week. It's been that way since forever. God's commandment says, keep the Sabbath day holy, the seventh day. And he says to do it in his daytime hours, which is from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. He claims he starts a day at the end of the daylight. When it turns dark, it's the beginning of a new day. Makes a lot more sense to me than midnight. So anyway, here's all these churches and all these people calling themselves Christian, and Jesus said that we were all like people were all like sheep. Couldn't be more correct. You know, the Catholic Church, one church tried to or did change their day of worship from Saturday to Sunday. Just the church did that, and the rest just followed, except the Muslim and the Jewish. And for, you know, God has provisions for people who change his laws, change his commandments, changes. It's very serious. It's very. The thing is, here's all these people going to church, calling themselves Christian, blah, blah, blah. And are they in danger of Jesus Christ saying to them someday, apart from me, I don't know you? That's a lot of people. That's the majority, big majority, 99% most likely, or close to that. 98 anyway, I would think. Of all the people in the United States, North America, South America, Europe, England, Australia, Africa, a lot of them in Africa. That whole scenario has to be Antichrist. There's no other way to think about it. Because it's done on purpose. And for the Catholic Church to do that on purpose has got to be blinking Antichrist. And I think most people know that anyway. Or not most, but I'm sure some people do. A good bunch of people do. But on a scale like that, and nobody seems to even understand or think about it. They're worried about political correctness and all this other stuff. They're more concerned about being politically correct than they are anything to do with God's commandments. They're way down the list, not even at all. I heard somebody say the other day, if you knew Jesus Christ was coming back tomorrow, you'd most likely say, couldn't he wait for at least a couple of weeks till I finish my fishing trip or go? I got other things to do. Could he wait, put it off for a while? Wouldn't doubt it. So, pretty sad scenario of this world. Governments trying to operate and run a governments, they can't run it for nothing. Never will, never have, never will. There will never be anything run right or correctly until Jesus Christ returns to this earth and takes it over, runs it. And as far as breaking the fifth commandment and not following it, people don't consider it, that's nothing, just a commandment. But God had other commandments too, and I remember listening to this guy the other day. He brought it to mind. He said King David decided to get the Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem. I guess it was in Syria or somewhere, Damascus, or I don't know where. But anyway, they knew that the Ark of Covenant had to be carried by poles through these rings, and you couldn't, if you touched it, you would be killed. Now, the thing is, if you touched it, is it God killing you, or is it just the power that's in the Ark of the Covenant that kills you? Because you were told not to touch it. Anyway, they're hauling this Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem. He has a special cart built and gets these two or three people, whatever it was, that were really supposed to be, reliable type people to do this. And they have it on this cart, and they're heading to Jerusalem. And on the way, this one ox stumbles, and the cart tips sideways, and the ark starts to slide off the cart, and this guy jumps up and puts his hand on it to try to keep it from sliding, and he's instantly killed. Instantly. And they say, well, God killed him because he couldn't let him touch it. Well, God didn't kill him. God warned him not to touch it because there's obviously so much power in this Ark of the Covenant that humans can't touch it. Humans in this Ark of the Covenant can't have any contact with anything that's sinful. If it would have fallen on the ground, it wouldn't have done anything because the ground is not sinful, or mud. But human hand is, or a human is. And when I think of that, they say, oh, God, solid love and all this. He's a lot more than that. God is a God of wrath, too. And we're going to see that, or somebody will see it, I guess, when he finally takes out his wrath on this planet. And people who are not basically covered by Jesus Christ are going to feel the wrath. It's not popular to talk about this stuff. But I could care less. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter a hoot what people think. It doesn't make a difference to what God thinks. So that's to me very, very much more important. I was just watching a program on TV. It was some kind of a church deal, young guy preacher and whatever, and he's interviewing this this guy who's all tattooed up and everything. And this guy's tattoos running some kind of a Jesus freak place of some kind, and all. He's all in this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, this preacher is trying to be politically correct here to, oh, we got to love everybody and do all this. You know, God says, I made you a perfect body, don't mark it. Simple as that. Don't mark it. Don't cut it, mark it. If you're going to be a son of God, you're not supposed to do that. It is against his will. But that's how they twist things. People get so twisted, and they have ways of like twist it around. They try to. It's just like these people now who are promoting abortion just left and right up to birth. They want the right to kill the child. I I heard they're talking in the United States that they need more people because they have so many jobs and they don't have the people for them. They have to import people because the birth rate is so low. And I said, BS. The birth rate is most likely about the same as it's ever been, but the killing rate is astronomical. They're killing citizens of the country and bringing in strangers. Now that's smart. That's got to be satanic as hell. And totally inadequate to do that. And people don't seem to be able to separate that out. I don't understand that. The woman's right to choose. That was a pretty slack way of trying to promote murder. God says you're not supposed to kill anybody, and God doesn't have to even tell you that. He's put it in you that you know that. Every human knows that. He doesn't have to be told. He knows it. It's built right into him. But rebellion and whatever, and women are great for rebellion. They are jealous and total vanity. It doesn't matter what anyone says, that's the truth. And to twist things like that, that shows that actually the vanity and the jealousy of women, which has changed so much in the last 25 years, is killing countries, killing the nations. Because it's killing the people, it's killing the. Well, and, I've thought it and I've said it before that it appears that Satan has more leeway with females than he has with males. Because they are on they have the same problem. Satan is going to be destroyed due to vanity and jealousy. And women are full of that. It's bad because men have abdicated their place as a leader and all become, in the last ah, 15, 20 years at least. The rise of effeminate men is so great now that all you have to do is just listen to men singing. It's pathetic. They sing like girls. They all do. It's just like they've been neutered. And that's what's been happening. Females have neutered their males. I see young girls driving the pickup, and the guy sitting on the other side in his pickup with his earrings and tattoos. Huh. Oh, I've got a grandson that's going to get married in a few months. I don't want to say anything to him, but I really, I'm pretty sure that he wants to have some children because he's had a good family. His brother has turned homosexual because he hung around in university long enough till he became a homosexual. Hang around with people who are that way, you'll become that way. So that's too bad. Their mother, my daughter, supports him, of course, because he's her son. The trouble is, she doesn't realize by supporting him, she's just the same, going to be classed just the same as him as far as God is concerned. That's the bad part. They're more interested in what women will sell the farm to please their kids. They just can't do anything. They do anything to keep their children affection. Even if they do absolute wrong, it doesn't matter what they do. Women are terrible for that. And they say, oh, they love their children. Well, misplaced. Oh. But anyway, I guess the thing about it is, no matter how bad it gets and how ridiculously corrupt everything gets, there's nothing I can do about it. Most likely not much anybody else can do about it, because it's going according to plan. And I don't know, if it's going to plan, I guess it's human nature can't be smart enough to do this to themselves, or dumb enough. Well, they could be dumb enough, but they're being led right to slaughter. Absolutely. Anyway, wait for a better day. We can. There's got to be a lot of tough days coming up. But anyway, today was a good day. I'm glad of that. Hope you had a good day too. That's it for today. Thank you.